Hello, today is Friday, September 15th, 2017. I'm Sharon Dingus and I'm here to share with you another ray of light. I'm coming to you from Acres for Art and Enlightenment, home of AwakeningLight.net and Red Dog Creations Art Studio. Today's ray of light is revisiting the topic of letting go. And it was interesting when I pulled today's tarot, is several of the cards very blatantly were about letting go. So if you take a look here, we have the Death card is in the Earth position. Excuse me, not the Death card, but we have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords it's kind of a, I've said in the past, it's that worms crawl in, that worms crawl out, worms play pinochle on your snout. After you've died and you're decomposing, that's so much of what this Nine of Swords card is talking about. As well as in the sunset position is the Death card. And the way this deck is drawn, this wild unknown deck, it is a decomposing bird. Maybe it's a turkey vulture or something such as that. And again, in this case, I'm literally taking it as the decomposition, the death, the actual final letting go, as in worldly possessions, worldly bodies mean absolutely nothing when it really comes down to our existence. In the lower position on the tarot spread is the Tower card, and in this case it is the lightning striking the tree. And again, in the past I've looked at it, I've felt from an intuitive perspective that it said something else, but today it is all about letting go, and the Father of Pentacles, and he's letting go of the pentacle. But what's so interesting is in the Eastern Horizon position is the Four of Pentacles card, and that one has intrigued me. I just stumbled on it while shuffling the deck and splitting the deck and seeing the underside of things. At one point I thought, oh, that is an intriguing card. I've not had that yet, because I was curious about what cards I've not pulled, and there are a few more that I have not pulled, but this one really intrigued me. And when I was first looking at it, I thought, oh, that looks like a pulley system, right? Got the engineer brain going on, the mechanic brain going on, and I'm turning here because the wind is blowing, so I'm hoping to protect the mic a little bit. But so much of what I was saying, it's a pulley system. Well, today when I took a look at it, this Four of Pentacles, as we're looking at it up here, it's the balance between tension and release. So the worldly side of things, so if you take a look at the pentacles, the red that's around the four outer pentacles, well, there are only four pentacles, but when you look at the diamond that's formed, that is there's a lot of tension there. There's a lot of, it doesn't mean that's bad tension, but it's tension. And the center, when you take a look at the connection between the two vertical pentacles and then the two horizontal pentacles, it's relaxed. It's more relaxed. It's flowing more freely. So when you look, if you think of it as even the earth on the bottom and the heavens on the top, or if we look at east and west, and there's a little infinity on that little belt, if you will, but I no longer, both of them have the infinity, but I no longer see that as belts and pulleys. I see that as the flow of energy, the energetic flow. And do you want to be that tense flow that I need to grip so tightly to everything that I won't, well, death grip. Might as well go with the death metaphor a little bit further here. Is the death grip on things, is holding on so tightly that we lose the ability to let things let go, let flow, right? Or some might say let go, let God. But to me, it's that energetic flow. It's that interchange between the earth and the heavens. And it was very funny so when I was in my apartment in Minnesota, before I would do these recordings, I would put my phone in airplane mode. I thought, nope, I need to seclude myself. I need to just be there. And I'm going to turn just a little bit and give you a little more of a view, because I was very deliberate in choosing today's location. And so in Minnesota, let's put a little sun on the face here, and I would deliberately go airplane mode so I could focus, so I could pull within, so I could listen. And since I've been in Bakersfield, I've actually deliberately not put myself in airplane mode. So I'll just have my coffee, I get myself centered, and get with the flow. So calling my team to work with them, begin working with the tarot, and seeking to intuitively understand what it is that I'm supposed to talk about in a specific recording. So today I had pulled my cards, and it was interesting because it popped in my head a conversation my mother and I had maybe a week or so ago. She had a very, very good friend who is an incredible psychic and an astrologer. And the comment that my mother had said was, before her friend Hattie had passed, that she said, you know, if you ever need me after I have gone, I'm right here. And that went into my brain, and I thought, oh, that's really cool, Mom. That's awesome that you have this connection on the other side, someone who has transitioned, who is there and who is willing to help you should you want insights from the other side, right? And someone who knew you on this side in a very deeply spiritual and psychic manner. I think that is spectacular to have that, right? So today I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I think I got slammed upside the head, maybe because yesterday, I bet for about 4 or 5 hours, I was able to do some much longed for studying of astrology, so I could understand more about retrogrades and the significance of retrogrades, so I could take a look at how you can look at two people's charts and bring them together to understand what it is from a karmic perspective or a spiritual aspiration perspective, the dynamics and why people come together. So that's been really fascinating, and I'm still playing with that. I think for the rest of my life I'll be playing with it. But this morning it hit me, and in fact, as I'm thinking about this, and I had asked my team for guidance, as in, oh my gosh, is Hattie now working with me? And as I'm saying this, I have tears streaming down my face, and my team gave me a very affirmative, oh yeah, she is, and she's willing to work with you. And that was so exciting because she was very good at astrology, and there were several things that she did for me, and I was like 4 or 5 at the time, but part of it was the healing ability that I have in my hands, or that comes through my hands. And one of the things that she gave to me was this very pretty, very thin gold, I don't know what carat because it doesn't matter, with little bitty red rubies on it. She says, when you do your healing work, wear this bracelet. And I always forget. Every once in a while I'll remember. And today I remembered. And the other thing that, there were other things that I remembered, but that was the big one. So I had pulled my cards, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I'm working with Hattie. She told me I need to wear rubies. Let me look up the spiritual significance of rubies. And I've always, heard rubies in the root chakra and all that stuff. And that was great, but I'm like, yeah, no, I am grounded. But what really jumped out today as I took a look at it was the earth energy and the healing and the prosperity associated with rubies and the power. And for me, it's the energetic power associated with rubies. So then off I go chasing breadcrumbs. So I'll eventually get back to today's topic. But so I thought I'm being told I need to have this ruby. So I was able to find natural rubies, slightly polished, not all the cut, diamond cut, and whatever ruby, whatever, right? That's not what matters. And I was able to find a beautiful ruby chip necklace that will be coming within the next week or two from Heaven and Earth. I think it's Heaven and Earth Jewelry, but Robert Simmons with 2 M's, Simmons. He's the author of 2 wonderful books on stones, and they get very deeply into actually the feeling of the stones. So if you are ever looking for a very good source of information on stones, look for Robert Simmons, again, Simmons, Simmons. So off I went, right? So I got the root right. Now let's get back to our cards here. Let's get back to the message.